All right, those of you at home, I'm so sorry that there's two videos that my storage filled up and I had to take some time to delete some stuff. Okay, so let's get started here. Let's start with an example. Basically what we're doing is we had numerical expressions when we were using the order of operations. So we were working with numerical expressions. Now we're switching over to algebraic expressions. Algebraic expressions are only different because they have variables in them. Okay, so here's an example of an algebraic expression. Okay, and today's goal is just evaluating them. To evaluate an expression, you're going to be plugging in values for x and then simplifying it. Okay, so we're going to evaluate this expression for x is equal to 2, x is equal to -3, x is equal to 0.5, and x is equal to -2.5. All right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and put each value in for x and then simplify. Now when I do that, it is critical that I put it in parentheses. So let me show you what I mean by this. If I just put the 2 there, where the x is, that looks like 6 minus 32, doesn't it? Yeah. But this right here is multiplication. So we need to make sure that we put it in parentheses so that we know that this is multiplication. So every single time you substitute in to evaluate an expression, you need to put a parentheses around it in all circumstances. And now I hope you guys are good with this, but 3 times 2 is 6, 6 minus 6 is 0, okay? Because once you have it in there, you guys know how to simplify numerical expressions. I know you're good with that, okay? So let's try this next one, okay? Again, look at, I put it in parentheses, because if I didn't, it would look like 6 minus 3 minus 3, but it's not. This is multiplication happening here. So this is going to be 6 minus, and then 3 times -3 is -9. Keep it, switch, switch. So this is 15. Okay. Now let's try 0.5. So let's see, we have 3 times 1/2. So this is going to be 1.5. And then if we subtract it, we get 4.5. Everyone agree? Yep. Okay. Next one. 6 minus 3 times 2.5. Okay. Like I said, always in parentheses. That's my major tip to you. Yep. Yes, it is. Thank you. Was that what everyone else is going to tell me too? Yeah. You guys are on it. All right. So we can do 3 times -2.5, which I believe is -7.5, right? Is that what you guys got?
Yeah.
Because I did 2.5 and 2.5, so that's 5.
Oh, yeah.
And then another 2.5 would be 7.5. Okay. And then keep it, switch, switch. So this is going to be 13.5. Okay, I'm going to have you try it out now. So you're going to evaluate for x is equal to 2, x is equal to -3, x is equal to 0.5, and x is equal to -2.5. Okay? So go ahead and plug all those in and see what you get. Let me know if you need some help. I'm going to be walking around. guys ready to move on? There's like hardly any of you in here. Okay, I'll give you like another minute. See how it went for you. What'd you guys get for when x is 2? Good, 20. Because 5 times 2 is 10, 10 plus 10 is 20. Awesome. And what'd you get when x is negative 3? Negative 5, awesome, because this is negative 15. Negative 15 plus 10 is negative 5. Okay, what'd you get when x is a half? Or 0.5? What was it? 12.5, good. And the way that I think about this is 2.5, and then you add 10, 12.5, good. And then this last one right here. What is that, I heard negative 21 and a half? Negative 2 and a half? Okay, so let's take a look at this. The way that I think about this, and maybe you think about it differently, is 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times a half is going to be 2 and a half. So this is negative 12 and a half. So negative 12 and a half, and then you add 10. So yeah, I would agree this is negative 2 and a half. Because you have one negative and one positive, so you subtract. Okay, so one last thing is I'm going to show you how to set up a table. Okay, because sometimes you're going to have problems that are in tables. It's the same exact thing, it's just formatted a little bit differently, so I just wanted to make sure you're good to go with it. Yours does not need to be super fancy. I just like my notes to look nice and neat. Okay, so we're going to do what the variable is here, and then the expression is x squared minus 5. Okay. Now more than ever, it is critical that you put that x in parentheses, because if you don't, you're going to lose the meaning of it. Okay. So let's plug in for 1, 3, 6, and negative 2. Okay, so what we're going to do when it's in a table like this is we just write in what the new expression looks like once we've substituted in for the variable, and then we solve it. So for 1, we're going to put 1 in parentheses. Okay, it doesn't look very important when it's a positive number, but when we get down here, it's critical, like I said, to have that in parentheses, because if you don't have the parentheses, you're going to get negative 4 instead of positive 4 for that, okay? So 1 squared is 1, and then 1 minus 5 is negative 4. So your answer here is negative 4. So go ahead and finish filling in this table, and then we'll talk about it. Okay, and I'm gonna fill this in while you guys are finishing up. Okay, what did you guys get when x is 3?
4.
4, awesome. What'd you get when x is 6?
31.
Awesome. And the last one. Great. Ooh, and I didn't even hear like another answer in there at all. Okay, so I want to give you the rest of the period to work on your practice assignment because it's kind of a long one. And skip number 5 because on number 5 I forgot to write the expression in, so you can just skip it. Yes, please, please get a piece of paper out, just like you do for notes, title it, and then show all of your work, and then just put your answers into Otis, okay? If you guys at home have any questions, just send me an email.